We're coming to you live from Coronation Park Studios in Bawani. It is just gone 10 o'clock Central Africa time. Good evening and welcome to the news at 10, brought to you by Eswatini Television. I'm Sally Poingon alongside Stella Ognen on sign language. Great to have you with us. We begin your headlines tonight. His Majesty King Eswatini III says the Butimba ceremony contributes to the conservation of both animals and forests. The Prime Minister, His Excellency Russell Dlamini, has appointed members of the Nature Council, which will be chaired by Ntsika Fagutse. And the Honorable Minister of ICT, Savannah Mazia, has announced the new Eswatini Post and Telecommunications Corporation Board of Directors. Good evening. The news in detail will begin here. Our first story. His Majesty King Eswatini III says the Butimba ceremony contributes to the conservation of both animals and forests. The King says the nature suffers when there is an imbalance between wildlife and vegetation, as when one grows beyond the other, the harmony of the environment is disrupted. His Majesty was speaking at the Hlanera residence on Sunday evening during the Umkhandlo, a colourful event that is part of the ongoing Butimba ceremony. The King was joined by their Royal Highnesses and the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams from Ghana.
Since the start of the Butimba ceremony, warriors have exceeded expectations, bringing back the finest game. Their efforts have greatly impressed His Majesty, who has heaped praise on them for their heroic acts. The Umkhandlo was marked by vibrant displays of traditional dance, with warriors dancing to Butimba songs. His Majesty took the opportunity to address the nation on the true meaning of Butimba, highlighting its cultural significance and contribution to nature conservation.
Bonakele ukuthi sifuna sibuyele emuva Butimba yini bekwendani Butimba ngoba labanye ndibaye bacabanga ngeButimba ukuthi Butimba kudingela nje kuphela kanti Butimba akusiko kudingela kuphela majaha. Butimba ushisa khotsa nanjalo ngaleti khathi nje njoba nasekubonala usisa kutawuthwala lihlobo sesisuka busika la bekomise khona bese ke kuyabonala ke ukuthi ke imvelo itozibukeke ibe yinhle ifuneka bese kanja ke kuyawushiswa tikhotsa majaha. Nani buka nje lemvunulo lemvunulwako njoba nje lapha ni nani hisile kubonala ukuthi kufakwe emadweshu emlilo bometshiso kusho ukuthi kwakungona ukukhaza ukuthi ke nase kufikwe ehlathini kufikwe kushiswe tiganga nje njoba lo nyaka nje livukilele lo siko lekushisa tiganga majaha. Yebo ke lapha nani shisa tikhotsa ngoba nishisa tikhotsa nikhanze ukuthi kunetinyamatane na kunetinyamatane ke tifuthwa imfuthu bese tiyathuka ke sethi bheka ngalanga kini leto tinyamatane lesethi bhekela ngakini sengitona ke ndiqoboshela lo lena sevela ifuthwe imfuthu. sengilapho ke nemvala kubonakala ukuthi kuyasetshenzwa.
The king praised the warriors for heeding his caution to refrain from targeting the big five animals during the hunt. His Majesty then advised warriors to exercise caution during the hunt, urging them to avoid targeting female and young game.
Ne tinyamatani ke majaha na kutingelwa kuye kwatiwe ukuthi kunebantwana kunabomake kunabobabe empini ke emvama vele kubimikiswa bobabe hayi bomake nebantwana na ubona umntwana noma ubona make uvele bobuya la qadzini wena ngeke ngibe ngisolo ngibuka lokho kepha nase kungibabe sekuliqhegu nekuba liqhegu so uyabona lokho sekuqedza netshani ke lokho kuyamosha. Ngulapho ke nemajaha bese nembala se uyabonakala ke kepha ke ngoba phela Butimba na kuye kubuke ngoba naboma ke kukhona ukubona sengigogo lona naye sokuqedza emanangu tshani kuyamosha umoshela letinyamatane letisetinsha asale sikhweta kepha ke ungabe segqwala bogogo kakhulu kungasagqwali bomkhulu kuse tinyamatane njengoba nibuka majaha ngibonile lapha tanzile leti tesifazane ukuthi ke sekudeni leti tesilisa ukuthi kubukwe nanato ukuthi lapha nibobuka kubonakale.
His Majesty lamented that some animals that were once easily spotted in the country's game reserves now seem to be disappearing. The king has directed conservation authorities to compile a detailed list of the species in decline, which declares that the Bible shall be the foundation of Eswatini, has continued to draw God's messengers from across the world who visit the kingdom to confirm it. Following a brief opening prayer by Bishop Robert Kasaro of Jesus Calls Worship Center, His Majesty invited Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams from Ghana to share the word of God. The Archbishop shared a heartfelt word conveying to His Majesty that God had sent him to encourage the nation to protect its unity and safeguard its values, as Eswatini possesses the kind of democracy that is a solution to the whole of Africa.
To realize that you are a very blessed people. You are very blessed. You are very favored.
Hallelujah.
I am speaking as your cousin from the other side of Africa. Sometimes you don't know what you have until you lose it. And I must tell you that you have something. You have something that so many African countries don't have. Because Africa needs the kind of democracy you have here. Because what we are using right now is not working. We are fighting one another. We are killing one another. We are destroying one another. As wealthy as Africa is, the kind of democracy that we operate in is not helping us. It's dividing us.
His Majesty the King hosted the Archbishop to a dinner which was attended by a Makosigati to His Majesty, their Royal Highnesses, and the Archbishop's accompanying delegation. The Archbishop's daughter performed for His Majesty the King. This has been a report by Sandile Makanya and Zole Masugu, at Hlane Royal Residence.
His Majesty King Mswati III has commissioned warriors to hunt game at Ndugu Zagumakela as part of the ongoing Butimba ceremony. Now, the commissioning took place at Hlane Royal Residence, where the king officially authorized the regiments to begin their mission.
On the first day of September, warriors once again demonstrated great zeal for the ongoing Butimba ceremony. His Majesty the King led the warriors in vibrant song and dance at the royal residence, joined by Emakhosikati and their royal highnesses, before commissioning them to march to Nduguyamakela, the designated hunting ground for the day. His Majesty then commissioned the warriors through Senior Regiment Tomentanyen Makakula. The hundreds of warriors departed the royal residence in a colorful procession. The Inkanyeti regiment led the way, joined by other regiments in vibrant formation. Upon arrival at Nduguyamakela, they carried out the traditional burning of the field. His Majesty the King then formally gave the order for the warriors to commence the hunt, marking a key moment in the day's proceedings. The warriors pressed into the forest, determined to secure the finest game. What has made this year's royal hunt especially remarkable is the warriors' respect for His Majesty's call to spare the Big Five. This has been a report by Sandile Makanya and Temba Mamba, reporting from Nduguyamakela.
And to these now, the Prime Minister, His Excellency Russell Dlamini, has appointed members of the Nature Council, which will be chaired by Nziga Fagutse. The council will be in the office for 3 years. The Premier says despite the achievement made by the kingdom in the fight against HIV, and the council still has to find solutions to the country having an estimated 4,000 new cases annually.
The 14-member council assumed office on the 25th of August, and it comprises of members from different sectors. The Prime Minister, His Excellency Russell Dlamini, says the council, which is a combination of new and returning members, has a huge task in the fight against HIV.
Our national data shows that about 13% of the people in the country who are aware of their HIV positive status are not on treatment. We need to find these people and ensure that they are linked to care. Furthermore, we have an estimated 4,000 new cases of HIV infections per year. And our data shows that most of these new infections are amongst our young people, particularly adolescent girls and young women. We need to strengthen our prevention efforts to ensure that we preserve Lomliba Loya Mbili.
Council Chairperson Nziga Fagutse says they will do all they can to get the desired results.
We are grateful, Your Excellency, that in the council we have ensured that we have very good skills, expertise, and experience in the form of the returning members of the council to ensure that there's continuity and nothing is left behind. Ours is then to ensure that we take it from here and deliver on the mandate that is set before us, and we do trust that we will serve as desired.
Other members of the council are Sifiso Dlamini, Hani Dlamini, Eric Sayama, Nhlanhla Nhlabathi, Penwell Gina, Khanyisile Dube, Dr. Siphelele Msane, Reverend Zachariah Mthethwa, Zanele Nonhlanhla Dlamini, Dr. Nondumiso Ncube, and Victor Nxumalo. The council comes at a time when nature is in the process of conducting an organizational review and its act to redefine its mandate and direction. With Eswatini having around 200,000 HIV-positive people, the council has a challenge to find ways of having all of them on treatment at a time when the local health sector has drug shortage challenges. This challenge is coupled with international funding not being guaranteed, as witnessed in the United States of America, where President Donald Trump pulled out funding to some countries. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela, Mbabane.
The Honourable Minister of Information Communications and Technology, Savannah Mazia, has announced a new Eswatini Post and Telecommunications Corporation Board of Directors. Lawyer Agwanele Makakula will chair the board. Now, this board has been mandated to find ways of making the public enterprise profitable.
When announcing the Eswatini Post and Telecommunications Corporation Board of Directors, the Honourable Minister of Information, Communications and Technology, Savannah Mazia, said it will have to find revenue streams to make the entity profitable. The minister said she is aware that post offices face common challenges globally due to evolving technology.
We're all aware globally that post offices are struggling, that the old model of a post office of mailing letters is no longer one that is viable commercially. We need to be able to come up with ideas and be able to deliver projects as well as partnerships that can move this institution forward. We shouldn't be afraid to look and see who we can work with, whether it's here or elsewhere, that can assist us. We should be able to sit down and really have you all understanding the urgency of getting this institution going.
The board members, as announced by the minister, are Kwanele Makakula, who is the chairman, Sibusiso Mzebele, Sipho Dlamini, Lindiwe Dlamini, Mbalisi Banyoni, Sakile Dlamini, and Tulile Kametse. The 7-member board will have to steer EPTC through numerous challenges, which include finances, some people calling for it to be shut down, and installing fiber optic cables across the country in the wake of copper theft. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela, Babane.
To this now, the Minister of Information, Communications and Technology, the Honourable Savannah Mazia, visited the Information, Communication and Technology Pavilion at the Eswatini International Trade Fair that's still ongoing, interacting with innovative entrepreneurs and exploring the cutting-edge technology displays. The Minister stores included stops at the Eswatini TV stand, EPIS and the Royal Science and Technology Park, amongst other companies. The Minister praised the remarkable efforts underway and encouraged Eswatini to embrace digital transformation as path to the national development. All individuals currently in possession of illegal firearms are strongly encouraged to surrender them at the nearest police station during the amnesty month of September 2025. Now, this call was made by the National Commissioner of Police, Manoma Masango, during the official launch of the amnesty month.
The Kingdom of Eswatini is backing the African Union's goal to silence guns by 2030. Police Commissioner Manoma Masango says over 80 people were arrested last year for illegal firearms, while only one gun was surrendered.
Members of the public are urged to surrender all illegally possessed firearms without fear of being arrested and prosecuted. It is disheartening to learn that only one firearm was surrendered during the amnesty month in 2024, despite that the volume of crimes involving illegal firearms is sky high and a number of innocent lives has been lost. Just statistics from 1st of October 2024 to August 31st, 2025 indicate that at least 95 people were arrested and charged for being found in possession of illegal firearms. Out of the arrested suspects, 81 are Eswatini, while the rest are from the neighboring countries. This is a clear indication that we are faced with a heavy task of eliminating this criminality as a country.
From 1 to 30 September 2025, anyone who hands in illegal firearms will not be arrested. After that, possession will lead to immediate arrest. Reporting Sondomlangeni, Babane.
Now, good news for small and medium enterprises. The Minister for Commerce, the Honourable Manqaba Khumalo, has officially launched the 1.3 million production incentive scheme 2.0, targeting the textile and clothing sector. During the launch at the trade fair, the Minister announced that the scheme will be implemented under the Eswatini National Industrial Development Corporation in partnership with the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade. Now, this 5-year initiative will roll out in 2 phases. Phase 1 focuses on MSMEs, while Phase 2, starting in the 2026-2027 financial year, will expand to include large companies.
The Minister has said the Production Incentive Scheme 2.0 textile and clothing sector has been augmented to provide facilities, namely a 100% grant and an interest-free loan facility for working capital valid for 3 months, as well as inclusion of micro, small and medium enterprises.
Some people may not know about 38% of our GDP is manufacturing in one fashion or form. That is why when you look at manufacturing as a contributor per GDP, we then rank highly on this industrialization index. Having said that, mining is less than 2%, which is a shame given the richness of the resources that we have. Having said that, agriculture, if you include forestry, and citrus and other things stands at roughly 13%. And most of that is sugarcane.
The Chief Executive Officer of SEDCO, Khethiwe Mhlanga, says this initiative will greatly enhance the productivity and growth of micro, small and medium enterprises in the textile and clothing sector.
This would be very beneficial for them, particularly during the period when they have to produce large quantities of uniforms. And they have to meet those quotas that they are supplying, particularly those schools. So it's quite essential for them to have access to finance.
Meanwhile, the minister has implored businesses operating in the textile and clothing sector to engage with ENIDC in order to access the available support and resources. Reporting, Nelson Ndlangamandla for Inkosi Nzinisa, Manzini.
Now, there's been growing talk around the Eswatini National Provident Fund, that's the ENPF's much-anticipated conversion into a national pension fund, and what this means for the Public Service Pension Fund, that is PSPF. Now, reports indicate a level of concern from the PSPF, sparking concerns about overlap, role clarity, and the future of pension fund management in the country. Now we have Jetro Ndlangamandla, who is the Director of Operations at PSPF, who shared what they believe should happen so that the transition does not cripple the PSPF. This was during an interview on Market View.
The Director of Operations outlines what should happen in the conversion of the ENPF to avoid the collapse of the Public Service Pensions Fund.
As PSPF, we are not opposed to the conversion.
Okay.
We support it fully. We want our Maswati to have pension after their working period, and that is what everyone wants. It would be madness for someone to oppose that. We don't oppose it. But what we should actually tell people is that we are asking for careful consideration of the transition and the formation of the ENPF conversion. What really is concerning us is the integration of civil servants into the new ENPF scheme, that it must not pose a financial strain to PSPF itself. At the same time, we are concerned that the conversion should not affect PSPF's ability to maintain current benefit levels that are enjoyable by the members currently. If that is in place, we are sure that both funds must remain sustainable and would like that to happen going forward.
He says reducing contributions to the Public Service Pensions Fund for new civil servants when they join the Eswatini National Provident Fund National Pension Scheme goes against the pensions orders. He says it worsens the PSPF's deficit, estimated at 2 billion emalangeni in 5 years. Reporting, Nelson Ndlangamandla, Mbabane.
Right, let's shift gears now into the world of business, where we take a look at financial indicators. So give us a sense of how markets performed today in the Up Next financial report.
Standard Bank.
Welcome back on our sports news. The Eswatini Swimming Association Secretary General Nozi Pumatlalela says it's all systems go as the association is ready to host the 2025 Kana Swimming Championship Games from this coming Wednesday to Sunday.
Yes, the facility is ready and up to standard. We have seating for spectators, we've got seating for athletes. We will even have athletes lounge, VIP area, and the swimming pool itself is heated and is ready for the competition. Currently, we have countries that come in to train on a schedule that we have allocated. So this morning, we've got Team Seychelles, Team Eswatini just left the facility. They were also training. We are also looking at opening it tomorrow morning for a training session for all the countries, just so they can get a feel of the competition. And then in the afternoon, we will be getting ready for the official day. And then on the official day, they do have training in the mornings before the competition starts at 9 o'clock. We are really encouraging eMaswati to come out and support us in this competition. We do pay at the gate. It's 50 emalangeni for entry per day. And then if you would like to come the full 4 days, it's 180 emalangeni. You do get a tag that allows you to enter for 4 days.
Right, and just like that, we have come to the conclusion of the news at 10 here at Eswatini TV. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. Up next, we cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the team here at Eswatini TV. For now, it is good night and God bless.